Welcome into Aljo Madden here on Picks and Parlays. Today I'm joined by Steve Seagrave. We're going to go over two games out there in the NBA tonight. Steve, first, let's look at the Golden State Warriors taking on the Miami Heat. Now, the Golden State Warriors off a loss last night to the Orlando Magic. Do you expect a bounce back in this one?
It's going to be pretty tough here for the Warriors on the back-to-back. It's not just a back-to-back. This is the sixth game of a six-game road trip here. And Curry twisted his ankle last night. So this is going to be a tough spot, I feel like, for the Warriors here.
Yeah, it looks like a tough spot for the Warriors. Talk about Steph Curry last night. I had him under on his points. He ended up going over that before he twisted that ankle. So disappointing for me for my player prop. But looking at this line, we did see the Golden State Warriors 6.5 point dog coming into this. We're still seeing that. The Miami Heat here, the total sitting at 234.5. Steve, what are you expecting to get out of the Heat today?
I lean towards the under here. I mean, the Heat are playing at a much faster pace. But I feel like this could end up being kind of like a rest spot for the Warriors. Like I said earlier, this is the final game of a six-game road trip for the Dubs. And with Curry, he actually passed Vince Carter. He's a mentor of Curry's on the all-time scoring list. He now sits at number 22. But I feel like this could end up being a rest spot for the Warriors. Kuminga and Melton have already been ruled out for this game. I don't see why. I mean, it is a revenge spot here with Butler heading back to Miami. So you think that this would be a spot that he would have circled, but obviously the Heat on the other side as well would have this game circled. I think this is a spot where Curry ends up sitting. I don't see them pushing him here, being a back-to-back game, six-game final game. They head back home on Friday, and also Adebayo could return for the Heat tonight. That could slow down their pace a little bit, and I feel like the scoring could be lacking on the side of Golden State. So I lean towards the under here, the under 230, 234.5. I'm sorry, it's up to, we can find a 234.5. So I'd go under there. But my better feel on this game is to take Miami laying the 6.5, playing at home against this Warriors team that's going to be, they have a huge rest advantage over the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming in with that rest advantage with the Golden State Warriors playing last night and losing to the Orlando Magic as the favorite going into that one. Now, I know you're killing it out there on the hardwood. We're going to get to the next game, you guys. We're going to talk the Toronto Raptors versus the Philadelphia 76ers. But I want to remind everyone of the full court all access pass that you can grab of Steve's NBA plays. But you're also going to get college basketball. Steve, it's only $49. You're going to get every one of your plays for 3 days out there on the hardwood. That's going to include your NBA plays, your college basketball plays, and that is like game of the month, game of the year releases, all for just that $49. So it's $16.33 per day, you guys. You can't miss out on this great one. Those individual plays would cost well over $100 for those daily. So Steve, what have you got? Like when people come over to buy that, how many games are you dabbling in daily on the hardwood?
So for the NBA, I fire off at least a play every day. Sometimes I'll have three or four in the NBA. And college basketball, I'm kind of just been taking a wait and see approach at this point. That's kind of what I did in the NHL, and it worked out very well for me this year, where I just took a couple of weeks to take in some data. I tend to struggle early in the season once I get in the rhythm of the season and seeing what these teams are doing. That's when I can kind of have a better gauge on things. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on college hoops right now. I will be posting plays though, but in NBA, that's been my bread and butter. Started a little slow so far this season, but last season was a great year, and I'm looking to bounce back strong.
Okay, we're looking for a strong season, Steve, and let's get going here with the Toronto Raptors versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, looking at this, the Raptors are laying 1.5 out there on the road. We are seeing this total gone up to 234.5. These totals inflating today as the day goes on. What are your initial thoughts on this game?
So I lean towards Toronto here, laying the 1.5. It's a little bit of a revenge spot here. They lost to the 76ers early in the season, a very high scoring game, 130 to 120 there. But Philly's very banged up. Embiid has just got moved to doubtful here. And then on top of it, Paul George has been ruled out. Oubre Jr. already ruled out for Philly. I usually prefer to back over the years. Toronto is a team that you prefer to back at home, but they've actually done really well in their last road trip. They had a 5-game road trip, and they won 4 of those 5 games. So they're actually this season improving on the road as well. So I lean towards Toronto laying the 1.5 here. But my best bet for the game, I have a player prop for you if you'd like to hear about that one.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to hear what you got for us for the player prop, Steve. Go ahead.
So I'm looking at Andre Drummond to record a double here. A little juicy. You can get it at minus 130 over at FanDuel, but the big thing here is that Embiid's out, and Drummond has recorded a double in 5 of 7 games without Embiid on the court. His minutes shoot way up without Embiid. He's played 30 plus minutes in each of his last 4 games. And this season, when he's played 28 plus minutes, he's recorded this double in 4 of 4 games when he's played 28 plus minutes. He did play in that Toronto game that I mentioned earlier. He only played 16 minutes there, 4 points, 8 rebounds. But if you put that out over a course of 30 minutes tonight, which I expect him to play, as I already mentioned, no Paul George, no Oubre Jr. I don't think Embiid's going to play tonight. So this is a nice spot here for a Drummond double, and I think you could attack his points plus rebounds line over as well.
Yeah, I love where you're looking with that double and the points plus rebounds. It's a great market to jump in on him. Any thoughts on Scotty Barnes here for the Toronto Raptors? When I love betting the Raptors, I normally turn to Scotty Barnes. He does me well in a lot of these games. His point total, Steve, it's 18.5. Can he get to 19 points in this matchup?
So he's normally a guy that personally I look towards for rebounds plus assists. Just a quick look over his points. So 18.5. He's gone under in 5 of his last 6. But I think a nice pivot spot here could be his rebounds plus assists. This is a guy that I like to attack in that market, and he has cleared that one in 3 of his last 4. And the number that on that one's 12.5. He fell short in his last game, but lands right on the hook at 12. So he's right in that area consistently. And then just looking at he doesn't have the great. He's not only 9 rebounds plus assists in the head-to-head, but I could see him thriving a little bit more on the boards with the 76ers missing so many different players.
Awesome. Well, Steve, thanks for being here on All Joe Madden to break down this game as well as the game between the Golden State Warriors and the Miami Heat. Keep crushing it out there on the hardwood, but I know other than the hardwood, you are covering so many other sports. Can you tell us a little bit about what people can get when they're signing up for more of your long-term packages, your daily packages over on Picks and Parlays?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm covering hoops, but I also, of course, am in action in the NFL. I do a college football play of the week. We're on a nice little 5-2 run with those. And then NHL, it's been my best sport over the past month or so. I think I'm sitting at number 2 on the site right now, number 1 in props though, and 15-6 on the year. So started off with a low volume, like kept an eye on things for the first couple of weeks, didn't really put in any plays, and that's what I'm doing with college hoops right now as well. So I hopefully can have the same results as I've had in the NHL.
Absolutely. We'll keep crushing it. Who would have thought it would be Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini, the only 2 players so far this season to record hat tricks, recording hat tricks on the same night last night. You guys, the ice has been absolutely hot. So head on over to picksandparlays.net to grab Steve's best bets, including NBA, NHL, NFL. So much going on. College football. You guys don't miss out. But Steve, thanks so much for joining us here on All Joe Madden. We'll see you next time. Until then, keep crushing the book.